Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. I am so thrilled to have you here today. Our goal right now is pretty straightforward, but honestly, it's a total game changer. We are going to completely demystify the grammar behind direct speech. Whether you're fine-tuning a story, drafting a super important email, or just trying to accurately relay a conversation, getting a grip on this tool is absolutely going to elevate your communication to that next level.
So think about your day-to-day life for just a second. Have you ever repeated exactly what someone said? Maybe a friend shared some really exciting news, and you immediately ran to tell someone else, repeating their words literally verbatim. Like, if Maria tells you she's having a good day, you might turn around and tell your other friend, Maria said, I am happy. We do this kind of thing all the time. And in the grammar world, this relatable, everyday scenario is exactly where we deploy the tool known as direct speech. Okay, here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with what direct speech actually is, then cover the basic structure and perfect the punctuation. After that, we'll tackle questions and commands, compare direct versus reported speech, and finally, finish up with some practice.
All right, let's dive right into Section 1. What is direct speech?
Now, when you're writing a story and you really want to create immediate intimacy with the character, or maybe you're drafting a document where absolute objective precision is non-negotiable, that's when you turn to direct speech. At its core, direct speech is all about reporting the exact words that someone said. It's not a summary, it's not a paraphrase, it's the precise words that actually came out of their mouth. And to prove to the reader that we're capturing someone's words exactly as they were spoken out loud, we use a very specific set of visual markers. I'm talking about quotation marks, which, by the way, are sometimes called inverted commas. These marks basically act as a distinct little frame around the spoken words, completely separating them from your own narration.
Let's see this in action, all right? Look at the sentence. Ahmed said, I am tired. Notice how the words I am tired are totally isolated inside those quotation marks? That right there is our visual anchor. Those are the exact, unaltered words Ahmed used. If we didn't have those quotation marks, well, the reader wouldn't really know where Ahmed's voice begins and where it ends.
Let's move on to Section 2 and look at the basic structure.
Building a sentence with direct speech actually requires a really simple four-step structure. It's almost like a mathematical formula. Step 1, you need a reporting verb. Step 2, a comma immediately follows that verb. Step 3, you open your quotation marks. And step 4, you just insert the exact words spoken. So looking at our example, Sarah said, I like English. You can see this formula perfectly applied. Said is our reporting verb, right? It connects us to the quote. Then it's followed by a comma. And finally, the quotation marks open up to deliver the exact words, I like English. It's just a really neat sequential blueprint.
Now, while said is a fantastic and super common reporting verb, you actually have a highly versatile toolkit of verbs at your disposal. You definitely don't just have to use say. You can use ask, like Mom asked. You can convey intense emotion with shout, as in the boy shouted. Or you can show clarification with explain, like the teacher explained. You can even use tell, such as Dad told me. Swapping out these reporting verbs is just a brilliant way to add flavor, tone, and a bit of context to the exact words you're about to frame.
So the crucial point is mastering Section 3, perfecting the punctuation.
Punctuation is honestly where direct speech lives or dies. It is absolutely crucial. There are 3 golden rules you just have to follow. Rule number 1, use quotation marks around the exact words, always. Rule number 2, put a comma right before the quotation begins. And rule number 3, actually, scratch that. This is the one that trips people up the most. Always start the direct speech inside the quotation marks with a capital letter, even if it's literally smack in the middle of your sentence. These rules act as the vital, unbreakable boundaries for the spoken words.
And this brilliantly illustrates why those rules matter. Let's contrast the correct and incorrect ways to write this out. The correct version, she said, comma, open quote, capital I love reading. It's crisp, it's clear, and it is grammatically perfect. But look at the incorrect version. Without the comma and the quotation marks, the sentence just kind of bleeds together. Because we're using the exact words, those quotation marks are absolutely mandatory to separate the speaker from the quote itself.
All right, let's transition into Section 4, questions and commands.
Because let's be real, people don't just make statements, right? They ask questions and they bark orders. Direct speech handles this beautifully, but you do have to pay close attention to your end punctuation. If you're reporting a question like Tom asked, where are you going? You literally must place a question mark inside the quotation marks at the end of the quote. Another example would be, Mom asked, have you finished your homework? On the flip side, we have commands. If the speaker is shouting or giving a strict order or just showing really strong emotion, we use an exclamation mark. For instance, Mom said, "Don't touch that." Or the teacher said, "Open your books." That exclamation mark or question mark goes right inside those closing quotation marks to perfectly capture what the speaker originally intended.
Let's shift gears a bit for Section 5, direct versus reported speech.
Comparing these two formats really makes the whole concept click into place. In direct speech, John said, "I am tired." Here, we're using John's exact literal words, safely housed right there in our quotation marks. But in reported speech, John said that he was tired. Do you notice the difference? The reported speech gives us the exact same meaning, the exact same information, but without using his exact phrasing. There are no quotation marks, there's no comma after said, and the pronoun changes from I to he. Think of direct speech as the raw audio recording, while reported speech is just your summary of what you heard.
And now for Section 6, time to practice.
Okay, I want you to mentally pause the explainer right now and test out your new toolkit. Take a look. Which sentence is direct speech? Is it A, Sarah said that she was happy, or is it B, Sarah said, I'm happy? Scan the punctuation, look for those visual anchors we talked about, and make your choice.
And the answer is B. Sarah said, I am happy. Honestly, if you spotted the comma, the quotation marks, and that capital letter starting the exact words, congratulations, you've successfully mastered the mechanics. You cleanly separated the direct, exact quote from the reported summary we saw in option A.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it summarizes our entire journey. Think of this as your ultimate checklist whenever you're writing. Number 1, direct speech equals the exact words someone said. Number 2, always use quotation marks to frame those words. And number 3, pay super close attention to your capital letters and punctuation. Remember that comma before the quote and the capital letter to start the quote? If you keep these 3 points in mind, you're going to ensure your formatting is impeccable every single time.
To wrap up our explainer today, I'm leaving you with a final challenge. We've got a framework on the screen. Adam said, comma, open quote, blank, close quote. So what does this all mean for you? I want you to actively apply your new mastery. What would Adam say? Fill in that blank in your mind or jot it down on a piece of paper, but make absolutely sure you include your end punctuation before closing those quotation marks. Thank you so much for learning with me today. Keep practicing those structures, keep an eagle eye on your punctuation, and I will see you in the next explainer.